I'm WG and let's talk about units. This is a fresh level 40, fully free to play, and as you can see we're sitting on 3.6 million. But how do you go from this to this? This is my main account. We are down to our last 10,000 units. So where did all the units go? What did I do wrong? What should you be trying to avoid? And how can you, save yourself your units to the fullest? So the core problem is that once you hit that level 40, that's kind of the last time you unlock the story. The story, the events, you're going to make massive progress. You're going to get units out of multiple different avenues, but then that's kind of it. Once you, for example, get to level 50, there's not like another big influence of credits because you only unlock a couple battle missions, and yes, some here and there. It might be like 1 million or 2, though the big issue is the fact that even if you go into the simulation and you spend 60 stamina on the highest unit difficulty, you're getting 96,000. That's it, right? 96,000 credits. Now, why is 96,000 credits such a problem? I guess just as a little insert, so while the main way is obviously then obtaining this 96,000 through the growth mode, if you play the zero system or any other side system, you still do gain 32,000 credits for every 60 stamina at the higher level. So it's around a third of what you gain if you were to directly farm credits. So even if you just play the zero mode and if you play every single stage, you're at least going to be able to passively accrue those units. I'm level 50, 50 and a half if you will, and I have one unit at level 60. Is that because I just don't like anybody else? Not quite. The main reason is this price tag. Yes, you see that right? It is 500,000 just to promote, and an additional anywhere from 600 to 700,000 just to level up. So that is getting to level 60. Then you have your partners. Let's say, let's find Amika, right? Let's say I wanted to upgrade Arwen. 200,000, another 300 to 400,000 just in leveling fees. Boom. All of a sudden, having my Scarlet and Rin at level 16 cost me around 2 million, right? Around 2 million. 2 million gone like that. And that is just the basics, right? This is not necessarily, oh, he just promoted one unit, he lost all his units. No, I was broke even when I got there, right? So where did all my units go? What did I do wrong? First off, all my units went into units. Isn't that great? But no, I over-leveled, right? I over-leveled. You might not see it yet, but even taking units from 40 to 50 runs you 250,000 units. So something you can do to tune back on that spending is trying to figure out the units you like, trying to figure out the units you want to focus focus on. And especially right now, until we kind of see if there's like more events with more currency coming in and such like that, keep it to like 6 or less. The reason why 6 is, you could run double hyperspace, but even then, supports don't necessarily need to be level 50, level 60, because they don't do the damage, right? So what you could do is you could play around with a whole bunch of supports, but keep them around level 40. And what you can also do is play like a modular team. So for example, I mainly run Rin, Mika, Ray. But instead of Rin, Mika, Ray, I could also, for example, replace Rin with Kayron, right? So I need to level 4 units, but I still have 2 different teams, but just by swapping out the main DPS. So that is that, right? Don't just try to level everybody under the sun, especially not towards 40. If you want to play around with units, there's absolutely no issue with bringing them to level 20 or level 30 and just going into a lower difficulty chaos dungeon. The base gameplay is the same. The feeling, getting the feeling for how a character works, for what they do, is the same, right? So there's that. And then next up, it is by far the most costly, and that is zero system, right? So we've achieved the maximum difficulty, yada yada yada, and we can create new planets. If I wanted to make a new planet, it doubles in price. So a tier difficulty 5 costs you 45,000, which still, if you underestimate this, you're going to pay for it. So 45,000, and then it just increases a little bit by 9,000 every difficulty, but that's not really the most important part. And then, just in case for some of you that haven't watched the video, haven't heard it yet, the way you promote through difficulties is by playing a level that is close to the next promotion. So for example, you can reroll 100 times, you're never going to find a level 51 map. What you need to do instead is beat a level 48, 49, 50 map, and then it is going to provide you a map at the end of your run. And also, what stops you, right? What helps prevent you running into these issues, that is failing a map. If you fail a map, you do not get your credits back, right? You do not get anything back. The map is gone. You have to buy, you have to discover a new map. And then that just means if you want to be more frugal with your credits, play green difficulties, right? Play green difficulties. Don't play on nightmare mode. For progressing through the zero system, just getting to higher difficulties, you don't need to play on nightmare mode, and you don't need to run anything higher than green. Then again, if that is what you like to do, ignore what I just said. Have fun, have at it. I made my mistakes, I played my runs, I challenged legendary stages day 1, I rerolled 5 times until I found the right planet, right? See, that's where all my credits gone. I was having fun, right? So you just have to then at that point just accept the losses, right? But I could just kind of like tell you what I did. Next up, something you might not even think of as much is rolling gear. So rolling gear obviously will only become more important over time, but you can see the price tag. It also costs you a significant amount of credits. So for example, if we were to calculate this in stamina, this would be around 7 stamina, right? Just 7 stamina, ether, energy in one upgrade. Look at what it costs you to go to +5. 54,000. So preferably you want to do one set of upgrades, one set of +5 right side gear for your main DPS, and then you kind of want to chill, right? You kind of want to chill, and the way you approach this is obviously you get your perfect sets on the side, and then if you have a DPS, you kind of want to get that maxed out basic attack. Huh? That's the base damage. That's kind of it. And then the way you do this is, instead of just upgrading every piece willy-nilly and kind of seeing what happens, you just want to go in stages, right? First you check, okay, does it have a good main stat? Nice. Does it have a good substat? Nice. Preferably 2 or 3 more substats are pretty much what you're looking for. And then you kind of just want to do only one upgrade. So for example, here, this has crit chance, crit damage. We do one upgrade to test the piece to see, oh, we got ego recovery on an offensive piece. It's kind of a dud. We don't want to further invest into this piece with our limited resources. So be careful, pay attention, and don't just level gear willy-nilly, because as high as the sets go, the lower your units go, right? So do be careful, do be mindful of that. And then outside of that, let's see. Oh yeah, just like a general tip, right? Don't forget to buy food, right? You might be like, oh, but I'm paying credits to get this. But yes, it can help you increase your chances of beating a map, saving you from having to pay that extra. And then that again is, if you beat a map, you get a new planet for free. So if you can solidly and reliably play 0 maps, you only pay a one-time fee. So that is credits, units, everything like that. And then I guess on another note, even the shop won't save you, right? I probably went through more millions than anybody else is supposed to go through, but even this is just 600,000, right? And it also costs you this currency, which you most likely won't just have available lying around. So yeah, pay attention to your credits. Make sure you at least, like, it doesn't have to scare you, it doesn't have to ruin the experience. You just kind of want to think about it and be aware of the fact that this exists, right? And that's kind of it. Once again, don't cook your account, but have fun. Peace.